I guess we'll see what we draw. It might be an untapped land. Big dorks. Humongous chungus. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me at CGB. My voice almost cracked on the spot because yeah, I'm playing standard today. But I did find one of the champion decks in the store, Golgari Graveyard, that I haven't played a deck quite like. I've seen it around, but I don't think I ever made a video about it. So let's do a good old-fashioned standard deck review here on the channel as we await the release of Tarkir Dragonstorm. I have some fun content coming up for Tarkir Dragonstorm, for Commander, for Standard, for all of the formats that I think you'll really enjoy, and it looks like a very powerful set. But in the meantime, is Golgari Graveyard worth it to buy from the store? This is based on a deck that was played at the Pro Tour Aether Drift. Yep, that's the one. And it's an Up the Beanstalk deck that just is in black and green, and one of those actually happened at the Duskmorn Pro Tour as well. But this one really leans into cost reduction, really. It tries to fill the graveyard up and then draw cards off Up the Beanstalk while casting giant monsters, which is a very different approach to the deadly cover-up style of deck that existed before. So we have uncommons making a hit, just making a splash in this deck, like Huskbreaker Swarm, which costs one less for each creature you own in exile and in your graveyard. And then we have Hollow Marauder, which is a very similar effect, one less for each creature card in your graveyard. It's a flying 4/2, and when it enters, each opponent, any number of target opponents, okay, I guess to commit crimes, yeah, because it's in the crime set, Outlaws, discard a card, and those who didn't let you draw a card if they didn't discard a card with mana value 4 or greater. So that's pretty sweet. Then we also have this Gravestalker, which is a cycling creature that costs less. I mean, as you can see, it definitely ties the room together. There's also this Overwhelming Remorse, which costs one less for each creature card in your graveyard. That is a removal spell, so a Ride's End type of effect to go with your beans. It's a beans deck. It's a total beans deck. It even has Soul of the Lost for a big, awesome monster to cast later in the game, and cards like Gnawing Vermin that fill the graveyard, and the new Molt Tender that can mill cards. It's a very straightforward deck. The removal of the deck is basically the Overwhelming Remorse and the Harvester of Misery. When it works, it really works. But does it work often enough? This deck comes without a sideboard, so it's 100% a best of one like play to try to get you to use some dollars, gems, what have you, on a new best of one standard deck. Does it compete on standard ladder? I'm not so sure about that. There's a lot of mono red out there, but we're going to give it a proper try here in this video. That is the plan, my friends. And if you like the plan, remember to like and subscribe, and thank the sponsors of this video. We're out here trying to learn new things, learn new skills about our graveyard with this standard video. And another sponsor who totally gets that is the sponsor of today's video. So let me say before we roll the ad that, as always, my friends, thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and you're cool. What's up, guys? I have a new partnership with Dragon Shield. They have sponsored my channel and all of my videos for this year, 2025. And all that they ask is that you go to the link in the description and use the code CGB5 at checkout to get a discount on all of your sleeves and accessories from Dragon Shield. Thank you to Dragon Shield for sponsoring this video. And remember to use that link in the description and the promo code CGB5. Now back to the video. Mythic Rank Standard. I remember Mythic Rank Standard. I remember when CGB played Mythic Rank Standard every day. Able Passage, nice and slow. We got Scouts and Beans are the key card. So even on the draw, in a fast best of one format, you got to keep the Beans. Let's see if we can get a land here. Maybe a green source that doesn't hurt me. Thank you. Perfect. Esper, oh, this deck. Well, this is yet another deck that isn't as harmed by cards like Hopeless Nightmare, right? We can discard creatures. I think I'll discard souls for now. We can discard creatures that help us with really fill our graveyard up. So yeah, I think we go for the Overlord here. The Overlord might really fill this graveyard. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And let's get the Marauder. And then next turn we have Beans, Scout. Or if they make us discard a few, maybe it really works out. This is going to be a very big scavenger. But at least they don't run Monstrous Rage. Combat. We take those blocks. We're gonna need our life points, and we're gonna need stuff on the board. There's another Beans. Let's drop this. We could have tried to play around having to pay a life by seeing what we top deck, but I think this is the right move. And we just play this. It's a lot of Beans going on. And we get a creature. We want those in the yard. Beautiful. Impending. Okay, they're just going with a value. This town ain't big enough. I mean, busted opening for them. Really good. I think we'll discard this one. So this is down to 1 mana. This is 2. Still holding up mana. That's bad for us. So, do we go for double Beans? I think the odds of drawing another land and getting to play another creature are pretty good, so let's do it. Let's go with the colorless here. I think they're gonna bounce one of our creatures, so we want to play the one that generates value. And then we do really need another untapped land. That's not it. Dang it! Come on, man. But let's see. I think we still get another draw here. There we go. Oh, dude. Brutal. Brutal. Oh. Oh, man. We had so many shots at it and we failed. I think we're just dead now. It's going to be close. If we had it there, I'm pretty sure we had this. I'm pretty sure we were in this game and now we're just dead. Should I have not gambled? Was the second Up the Beanstalk really greedy on my part? I guess it was. Should have just played creatures. Yeah, I think if you're on the draw, turn 2 Beans just gets you killed. But, like, you're not going to get rid of it for this deck, right? Because it's too much a part of this deck. So that's the best of one problem for this deck, is turn 2 Beans gets you killed in this format on the draw. But you have nothing else. It's your whole deck revolves around this. So what do you guys think? Are we scouting on 1, beansing on 2? I think we scout. Graveyard. If it can be in the graveyard, it's in the graveyard. All right, which deck is this? We will see, but I mean, this part's easy. We know what we're doing here. It's Beans. Whoa! I'm suddenly unsure of what is going on. Let's try this. Min. Look at that cost reduction. Combat? They're not going to block, are they? That's what I thought. Would be nice to use the Harvester of Misery and get them. But let's go ahead and drop the souls. Do I want to sack a permanent? It does add this to the graveyard, which I think is a good thing. more so than discarding. Dude, these enchantment decks are everywhere. Okay. Maybe it's really good. This is one of those Sheltered by Ghost decks, isn't it? They're still very good in best of one. You can high roll Sheltered by Ghosts all day. All right, what do I deal with? I think I deal with the Glimmer and the Hall Creeper and just try to shut down their card draw. So that looks like this. And we draw a card. Woo ha! And we have to attack as well. We have to hope they don't draw Sheltered by Ghosts, right? Same cards, different deck. Okay. Shop is interesting, but they're a long ways from the mana to really abuse it and blow me out of the water with the 6 mana version. If that's the card I think it is. It makes 1/1s, right? Yep, that's the card. Porcelain Gallery is the dangerous part. This is just some chumpies. Chumpies aren't bad against me. Not at all. I guess we'll see what we draw. It might be an untapped land. Big Dorks. Humongous Chungus. You, the mill machines, and you. And do we attack? They're at 12? Let's go. So the Gravestalker, just a classic 5/4. That's it. Just a 5/4 for 2. Do stats matter in Standard? It's kind of a big debate. Really. I mean, I'll block. So what you got? Desperation, I guess? Souls of the Lost. Discard a card or sacrifice a creature. And sacrifice one of the Molt Tenders. Let's mill a card. They're not doing much. They're still not doing much. Oh, we could sack a land. I mean, do I really need this land? I'm sacking the Tender. It reduces the cost of the Marauder. And increases the size of the souls. So, mill a card. Might be a creature, making this cheaper. Nope, no such luck. But at least we didn't draw that land. Okay. Magic is hard. A very difficult game. Entity Tracker in the bin. Wow. Didn't expect that. Guess I can sack the other Molt Tender. This is probably where I sack a land, though. We like the creature count in the graveyard. Yeah, we got some beefy attacks. What do you think the opponent does to get out of this? They try to find a way to get this through for damage. That's probably how they win. So I don't think holding back makes a lot of sense. We're just gonna drop another Souls of the Lost. Tarmogoyf Omega is coming through. Yep. Gonna take a heck of a pop off. Glimmer draw. Ethereal Armor, good card. Yeah, they did not find Sheltered by Ghosts, and you can feel the difference in the game. Like the Sheltered by Ghost decks, they exist, but they're probably like tier 3 because when they don't draw it, it's just so hard to keep up with everything. Ha! Yay, mono red. Let's go. All 1-drops. Sweet. What could go wrong? Let's get Tendon. We'll draw the land next turn with the Scout, I believe. You gotta believe. All right, they're also doing elf things. If we miss, we can use the card in our graveyard to make mana. Oh, we did miss. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Watch this. Play this Vermin. And mill that stuff. I exile for green. The land, not the creature. We're gonna need that. And voila! I have so many creatures. Skrelv, what are they up to? Oh, they're poisoning me. Yeah, okay. Sure. How delightful. Everybody loved this. Ah! Mockingbird. Okay. Okay then. Great. This is great. Everybody loves this. Like, what are we supposed to do against that? I guess I have to play the big creatures faster. We have no beans, right? That's the big problem. We are beanless. Oh, there goes our removal spell. Hallelujah. We can cycle this? That even a play we want to make? Doesn't seem good. Don't think we have much choice though. How many lands are down there? 2? Yeah, we'll probably cycle this. We already hit our land for this turn though. Yeah, good draw. You really did it. Holy crap. But can they take advantage? They don't attack? Am I missing something? Do we have reach? Okay. Get rid of the lands. How nice. How nice. This can give hexproof from black. Disgusting. Still, I think we have to make them. We have to make them respect us. This is a very, very crazy attack. But if we're not pressuring them, we can't win. They're going to take it all. That's great. So, Souls of the Lost. Sacrificing a Vermin. We gotta kill the Skrelv. Now we have a 5/6. Now we could tap out and play this. If we tap out and play this, there is a problem. Do you see the problem? Actually, no, there isn't. There was a problem. There's less of a problem now. The problem was going to be that Skrelv can get the Rot Priest through, but there is no Skrelv. 12 is gone. Ooh, I can't do it, right? I can't cast it. Is that true? Because what do I have to do? I have to exile to make black. Like, I don't think this works, right? Because I go like this, and then I go like this, and then this, because it's a creature. So I don't think this works. Oh, it does? I snuck it onto the stack? I'm a genius. 5 head. What's that do? Doesn't matter what it does. That sucked. Oh no. Wow. Wow. Yeah. What is it? What is this card? Divine Resilience, kicker, target creature. If this was kicked, instead target any number. What a freaking genius we found. No beans, right? We have to go for beans. I feel like we have to start mulliganing for beans, but I haven't had it in a few games, and I'm starting to get discouraged. I'll put away souls because I don't really want to be sacrificing when you're down cards, but I'm not sure that's right, to be honest. Should have just played around duress. I had the opportunity. I could have just kept the creature. No creatures. This is gonna be fun. Let's see if we can mill a few more lands, shall we? Okay, all creatures. Not bad. You don't really want to take that many creatures when you have a cheap Overwhelming Remorse. Should we keep filling our graveyard, or should we try to get some kind of a threat? Honestly, I kind of want the scout because I want to hit my next land drop. That's what we're in danger of missing. Will I actually get an Overlord of the Bailmark off Impending? It hasn't happened yet. Might as well be a million years away. Pretty good to have exile removal there, isn't it? Well, they can't save themselves. Not really. They can take the Harvester and hope I use Remorse to get the Harvester. But I'll probably save the Remorse for a demon. Okay. Or they could do what they just did. Let's go straight to beans. That is a huge draw. Ugh. Still mana screwed, but we have beans. And now here comes the Annex. Come on, land. It's kind of desperate. It's a fail. Magic is sad. A sad, sad place. Yes, we needed it. We got it. It still might be too late. It might be too late. We need another creature in the graveyard. See if they'll present us with one. They will not. All right, we get a draw. God, come on, man. Gotta have this. Archfiend, great. I don't draw. Sweet. See if we can hit a land this way, or at least get another creature in our graveyard. Now we hit a tap land. Awesome. Awesome. Jesus Christ. Five. On the verge of death. I don't think I have a way out of these. I have to keep demons off the field, right? Because I'm going to be at 1. So we have to get demons off the field. What do we have to remove demons? We have to draw an overwhelming remorse and then another one. And we already milled one. Well, that seems unlikely, doesn't it? That seems really unlikely. We do get something back. I don't think it matters. I will play you. It's card draw. There's one remorse. So they do have to have another demon. Maybe we can get them to discard some demons. There's one. Okay, we did not hit the last remorse. Hallelujah. God, is there any other sneaky way to get demon off the field? I don't think so. I think we have to draw the last remorse. I don't think there's any other way. But maybe they'll discard them. And that's our grand plan, right? Harvester of Misery. Harvest my misery. Holy crap. Okay, we didn't get there. We could draw remorse into remorse, so I guess we hold. They just need a demon. They did discard one. Okay, that's a demon. So, I guess we see if they attack. Dang it. Okay, so now we have to draw. We have to top deck the other remorse right here. And we did not. God. That was an exercise of pain, wasn't it? So turn 1 Molt Tender and 2 Gnawing Vermin. I mean, in theory, we fill our graveyard. Not bad. I mean, I probably should have just mulliganed it because it didn't have beans. It's like, it is the only good card in our deck. Okay, if they are playing Omniscience, what do we need? We have Remorse. That's probably the best thing we can do. Right, mill it up. We miss on creatures. Dude. How many times are we going to miss on creatures? We hit 1. Thank God. Mill a card. Hit another. They got Omniscience? They do. The only good cards in our deck are Beans and Agonizing Remorse, and I'm absolutely sure of that. Uh-huh. Good card. And they have time. We've put no pressure on them. This matchup is probably an 80-20 at best. This is probably like they should be able to farm wins if they're the Omniscience player. This is like an S tier standard deck versus a C tier standard deck. It's really embarrassing. But we'll see. There are ways we could do it, but when they're not under pressure, they should be able to just roll here. Like, we have to leave up this Remorse to try to kill the token. And then they have to not have another Omniscience or a counter spell. All right, game. Not even close, man. Not even in, like, they're at 17. What a joke. How bad can it get? I think I've been farmed by every deck in standard except mono red. And I'll probably get farmed by mono red now. Okay, yeah, on the draw, this is definitely a get farmed by mono red moment. Boros counts too. There goes Demonic Ruckus, yep. Yep, this is real. Okay, we have to fill the graveyard and play the Vermin. But Menace, like Demonic Ruckus, no shot. Good guard. Scout. We hit a land. Untapped land. Nope, can't do it. We are reducing costs. Remorse is in range. This is probably a Shard Mage's rescue deck, though. It's a Shelter by Ghost deck for sure. We're gonna need an untapped land. Right now, our tapped land ain't gonna do it. And that's assuming we got this down to 1, which we can't because now that it's double striking Menace, can't block it. It's serious, like seriously, it's embarrassing how bad these decks are when they go up against something like this. So we needed a creature in the graveyard and then we would have had a chance. We could also just try to get 2 blockers in the way. So I guess I'll do that. Could have also gone Overlord first, and then maybe I play Swarm. That would have been a lot better. Yeah, that was a mistake. Oh well. I mean, it's what it is. Could have had Swarm instead of Scout if I milled perfectly. Oh, it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen at all. I'll take a Giant Souls of Lost. Let's see what happens. Okay, still unblockable. That's 8 damage. They just need a Monstrous Rage and they win. You know they have it. Yeah, blocking's never an option. I love how long that took. Like, just savoring it. Unbelievable. And guys, to be clear, there's always comments when something like this happens. There is no fix for this deck. This deck is already bad by virtue of being a bad beans deck in an environment where every other deck is busted. Well, at least not every other deck. That's not true. But the decks you're going to play against are busted. The Manifold Mouse decks are inherently busted. 4 removal spells against them is a joke. Blocking is a joke. 2 mana 8/9s are a joke. It's not even a question. It's not even close. How low can we go? I haven't had beans in an opening hand in a long time. This is on the draw too. I'm gonna try it anyway. I'm at a point where it's like we just have to throw everything out the window and see. The deck has to save itself. I can't save it. It's clear. The deck has to now show me. Look, I mean, Jesus, the amount of lands I've milled when I need to mill creatures alone is infuriating. It's infuriating. Tater Wayfinder would be really good in this deck. I miss that card. It's a great Sultai card from the back in the day. Get wrecked. Yeah, see? I have all creatures in my hand. I don't run spells. If we had beans in our hand, it would get duressed. Alright, we get more free mills from that. Thank you. No, we don't. That's not how the card works. Thank you. That's great. Alright, there's a 3/4. Or 5. I mean, hey, they might be relying on the wrong removal spells. But why would they do that when they have this card? I guess I want the Vermin to take on the Momentum Breaker. That's weird, because they saw me get the Vermin. Maybe they already have a solution to it? Yep, none of those are creatures. That's a creature. Still can't cast these. All I had to do was hit one creature there. It's so brutal. It feels so bad. All the creature, like all the times you can't cast these because you can't mill creatures, feel so bad. Well, if they kill the Vermin, take that. Maybe we draw land here. Nope. Why would we do that? All right, this does go to Momentum Breaker, but it probably gets me another card in the process. Are you like discarding? You jerk. Okay, they discard this town. We'll take that. They discard their best card. Uh-huh. Okay, so the duresses you added to your deck that already runs Hopeless Nightmare Loops was a really dumb idea. We are playing a bad version of one of the best decks. Let's see how we do. They basically threw 2 cards in the trash for no good reason because they think that's how they're going to make the deck better. It shows a fundamental misunderstanding of why the deck's good. All right, this could be a game we could win, and I'll take it. At this point, I will absolutely take it. Maybe this is where the deck shines. Maybe this is your matchup, because this was expected to be a huge part of the field in the standard metagame where this deck got played. So this might be the spot. By the way, that's me whiffing on a land 3 times. It's kind of insane how bad this has gone. But we're still in it in this one. Like, they're looking at 18 Menace Death Touch damage. Although, honestly, we probably would have just lost the game if these duresses were something useful. I mean, yeah, I go to 10. You bounce my Overlord? That's what you're afraid of? Dude, they're so lost. They are so absolutely lost in this game. All right. Yeah, probably not the time for more beans. Let's just do this while the mana's available. If this is what they're going to try to kill me with, let's ruin their day. Then also play this. Just more big monsters. That didn't work. All right. Molt Tender, I guess. Well, we want something to sacrifice. So I guess this is the way, because we might hit an untapped land. Okay, we missed on the untapped land. Yep, cool. Let's see if they can get out of that with 2 cards. I don't think they can. Yeah, our first matchup against Esper, against the good Pixie deck, Esper Pixie, they went first and we were like the right draw from stabilizing and we just missed. I think this must be the matchup that you must be pretty good in. This must be the matchup. It's definitely not Omni and it's definitely not Mono Red. Although I guess we haven't played Mono Red. It was Boros and their auras that got them around us. Who goes first? I go first. We have beans. I think we keep. Scout. What do we got? We take those. A 1-mana 1/1 that draws a card when it enters would be everybody would play it. Everybody who could. Even in this meta, I think you'd play it. Beans. What is our opponent? Fable Passage on 1. Not a lot of decks have time for that. Esper Overlord. Oh, it's Pixie. But it might be the control-y one? No? It's Overlords. So it's Zur? I don't see green. Is it Zur? Gotta be. All right, how do we get to where we're drawing cards off beans as quickly as we can? This is our only card drawer. We can sack here. This also mills. Let's see what happens. Hey, we milled creatures. Life is beautiful. All right, give me the souls. Hold on, I didn't mean to hit discard. I want to sacrifice. Do I? I think, or do we just discard the harvester? I'm worried about temporary lockdown. God, I hope they don't have lockdown. That'd be so sad. I'm gonna sacrifice the vermin. Please don't lock me down. Not when I have my beans and a decent start. You don't play Overlord in your lockdown deck, do you? Okay, that's fine. Looks like it's Pixie with Overlords, question mark. Let's see if we can get another creature in the graveyard here. We cannot, but I will keep that. And just in case they want to counter this, we'll play it before combat and then swing. And now we have something that is immune to a lockdown. And a 5/4. Draw a card. Pretty busted. Okay. It's got to be a Zur deck. It has to be. We have to anticipate a Zur next turn. We can deal them 9. We get enough damage to kill them somehow. Not with these draws. For crying out loud. I think I'm going to try to set up for a big harvester. Who knows what we can draw if we keep the draw train going. Okay, that ain't good. That's not good. Oh my lord. Down to 4 though. We gotta do something. This is it. Turn 5. The plan has got to be overlords that curve out into Zur. That has to be what they're up to. Let's see if they can make it happen. A face down card. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's not a coveted falcon. That would make no sense. What is it? Do we try to kill it? I mean, make them flip it, right? Let's go. It's a draw 2 as well. I mean, how do we not? We could also try to, like, for 4 mana, we could discard. Yeah, I guess we won't know. Oh, it's the elephant. What a weird deck. It must be a temporary lockdown scroll shift deck, actually. That must be what's going on. Let's bring back the outro and leave me a message if you stayed till the end. Warm my heart. Fill it with joy. You stuck through a tough video, and I appreciate it. You can probably tell if you stayed till the end. I do not recommend this deck. I wouldn't spend a single while. I'd spend some uncommons to try this deck out. I would not spend a rare or mythic wild card on this deck. I would not spend any amount of store money on this deck. I do not recommend this deck. It is light on the wild card load. The Overlords of the Balemark are pretty good elsewhere. The Harvester of Misery is a fine card, and the Souls of the Lost are a rare that you probably don't need in your collection, if I'm being honest. And then you look around and you see that the lands are the rest of the rares, and you've got a lot of uncommons. A lot of uncommons. And that's not bad for a standard deck. Here's the problem. You get what you pay for. You really do. This is a format where using the wrong wild card on the wrong card is a complete dud, an absolute failure if you plan to play standard, because only certain cards are even playable in the format. This deck is a tier 3 deck that can beat tier 4 decks and might, and I'm not even convinced this is true, might have a good matchup against one of the A and S tier decks, which is Pixie. The Pixie bounce deck. And I'm not even sure that's accurate, but that is the only matchup I can see that's even close to playable. I can see how if you go first, you might be able to make a big 6/6 and mono red has to cry, but that's not going to help you against Screaming Nemesis. Not at all. It's still going to get you. Every time they have a Shelter by Ghosts on curve, that's probably going to get you. Every time you play against the white-blue control deck, you're probably miserable. My version with Rest in Peace would particularly destroy this. And on top of that, the Omniscience deck, I don't think you have a chance in hell. I think that's a 0% matchup. I don't know how you win a game against that deck. It's probably impossible against a good pilot. This deck has so many bad best of 1 matchups. I can't believe they added it to the store, but I think they only did it because the wildcard count was light, and they want to get you guys to use some of your wildcards on cards like Souls of the Lost. I wouldn't fall for that. I think if you're going to get your beans, you may as well go for the Overlords deck. That is so much better than this deck. It's probably 2 tiers above this deck. in my opinion. So Zergobur Overlords, and maybe I'll do a review for some of those decks in the future. I'll tell you what decks I think are actually playable in Best of One Standard. That could be a content idea. Let me know if you like that idea. And this gets one of the strongest I don't recommend this products I can offer a deck on Arena. I think it was made for a meta that does not exist in Best of One Arena, and that's my verdict on this one. So anyway, you stayed till the end. You got my recommendation. Do you like the format? Do you like Standard being back? What do you think? How's it going out there? Are we still playing Standard? Are we Standard gaming? I am amazed. You know, the further down I drop, the less mono red I faced. So there's some joy in it. I still got my ass handed to me, which is so depressing. But I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next one. You're cool.